Hello, and welcome to episode 8 of TechTeenth Podcast, where Black excellence and tech meet. I am Janita.
And I'm Otis, Orix.
Hey, and we're here, episode 8.
Episode 8, without our boy again.
Again,
Charles.
He's not been fired. He will be back. We can't wait to get him back.
We miss you, bro.
You know, I'm tired of this one.
Right. I need to see my bro. I miss my bro. But, you know, he's doing what he got to do for the family.
Family man.
Yes.
We love it. We love
first,
it. We love it. Well, this week has definitely been a great week. You know, it's nice out. Yeah. It's just...
You outside?
Wrapping up. I mean, a little bit. When I can. No. Actually, I was hanging out with my homegirl the other day, and she was like, I haven't seen you in months. I'm like... Listen, I told myself I need to be inside making money, not outside shaking ass, okay?
And spending money. Shaking ass and spending money.
Listen, I don't need to be doing either one of those things right now. So
I'm with you because I'm not outside at all.
Can't do it.
I never go outside. Like, I'd be in the house. I'm trying to do tech team. I'm trying to launch an app. I'm trying to be in all these boards, and it's a lot. It's a lot. I listed it out the other day, and I was like, this is a lot to do. Mm-hmm. This is why I don't date, because I don't even have time for myself. Much less time for another person in my life. So
it's crazy. Life comes at you real fast. And then all of a sudden, again, that responsibility of like, too many things are happening in the world right now that show me I need to hold on to all my coins.
Right.
And I have shaken enough ass. I have drank enough tequila. You know,
a lot of bottles.
I have seen enough 3 and 4 a.m.s for a lifetime. Okay?
And sunrises too.
I've seen the sunrise. You know, I'm definitely at a point of like, hey, let's get to the coins. Let's get to the coins.
Yeah, and we'll have time for that. When you go on vacation, when you take time off, you can do all that.
Listen, if there's one thing I've learned from my parents, because they travel a lot now.
They be outside too.
Listen,
your parents.
They are outside. Okay, they just got back from Alaska.
Oh my God.
After their trip to Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore.
Wow.
Yeah, they went to Qatar all in one trip. They were gone for like 2 months. Listen, so anyway, the point is we get into the coins.
Yeah.
And a part of getting to the coins is using technology to help us, to give us some spare time to do more work.
Right.
But
like we talked about last week, right? Episode 7. We're like, look, let's use this technology to make our life easier.
Yes.
So we can spend time doing the things we actually like. I mean, I like making money, but I don't like going to work every day.
No.
So, I mean, I love my job.
No.
Let me gotta get it twisted.
Listen.
But if I ain't have to wake up to go work every day and could let a bot do my job and I still got paid for it, I'm all in for that.
Or at least it's like, I feel like the way I look at it is kind of like we said last week. I don't want to do the things that I know are necessary, but I hate doing them.
Yeah.
Like, I still work the same amount, but like, can I just not do this stuff?
Yeah.
Or, hey, if I have an idea, I have a concept, I have a strategy, I have something I want to do, can somebody else just fill the lines in? Like, this is the high level thought.
Right.
And actually, you know what it really helps now I'm talking out loud? It helps to act as another person in the room. A little bit.
Okay. What do you mean?
So, like, if I have a strategy in mind and I'm like, hey, this is what I would like to achieve. I know the goals that we want to set. I know the products or the areas that we want to highlight. How can I conceptualize this? Like, give me options.
Right. Okay.
So then it spits back options. And then I can say, okay, I like these two. This one feels a little whack or like a little corny. Like, hey, I don't like that. You know, and so it actually acts as something that you can start generating ideas that you don't feel so, at least for me in like an entrepreneur world at home by myself, it's like, okay,
right.
I actually have somebody else to help kind of get some of the wheels going if I'm in a little bit of a rut or if I get stuck to a certain place.
Yeah.
I've even had it walk me through like the 5 whys that like is a process that they do that I took from the Amazon folks that came to my old
when,
job.
Where, why?
No.
Oh, not
like,
those 5.
no.
Oh, you said 5 Ys, not 5 Ws.
So real quick, it's a good exercise to kind of get to the meat and bones of what you need to do.
Okay.
So let's say you have a goal. Why? Why is this your goal?
Okay.
Then whatever that answer is, you say, well, why is that valuable? And if you can't actually get down to 5, that goal is not worth having.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's dope.
It's a good practice.
The 5 whys. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you're literally
it's like a kid. Why I do this? You tell them to do something like, why? You know, like, well, you got to do it. Why? Because I said so. Well, why? Well, because I want you to. Well, why? Mm-hmm. Well, because I need you to do this now. Well, why? Because if you don't do it now, then but it's with the goals and whatever. Okay.
And it works actually across everything. Also in relationships. Why are you with this person? But that's another thing for another day. No, I'm joking. All right, let's get into it. Enough lifestyle stuff for today.
So what we talking about today? Because we talked about AI. Like we introduced AI because we talk about AI a lot in our first. Now let me not say a lot. We touched on AI in every episode at this point. But then last episode 7, we went deep into AI, or just like high level talking about what AI is. We took it back a step. So what are we talking about this week? So
today we actually want to bring a bit of tools and some smart tools, right?
Smart tools
to our audience, and actually talk about not only just high level what you can do, but what are specific tools and how do they help? So maybe we can help steer, hopefully you guys did your homework.
Yes.
And looked up and found one thing. But if you didn't, because life's all the time,
right?
We're here to also provide just some additional tools that, you can start exploring, maybe kickstart that adventure. And then a couple we'll actually deep dive into today.
Yeah. And that's one of our pillars with TechTeenth, right? We want to bring tech to our audience, right? To you. So this is how we're trying to introduce that concept, right? At least by talking about different apps we use, apps we don't use, but that we know about, and give you a little bit of give you an overview of those apps so you can at least use them in your daily life or learn more about them, research them, and understand them better. So it's helping us help you. Help us help you.
Yes. And the point of this, to be clear, is also to provide efficiency.
Yeah.
I think what can happen oftentimes is people will get burnt out from it by trying to just be busy. So again, by trying to take tasks that maybe aren't actually the best for them to intro into this. So think things that can decrease your time at a task that hey, if I were to really sit down, write out like my order of operations, it really doesn't change. Maybe the inputs change. Maybe,
I do that weekly with our captions and hashtags for our social media posts. I do not want to sit here and think of captions or hashtags or viral ways to get people engaged. So I quickly have a prompt that I use every week in chat, and I say, hey, give me, this is the topic, this is the episode, and I actually upload our episode. I upload our episode, and I say, hey, chat, give me social media captions and hashtags and engaging posts. Now, I tweak it a lot. Right?
You have to, because it gets corny. As soon as you say black, it's like, yo, partner.
My dude.
My
what's
guy.
Up, bro?
Oh, my God. Right, God.
It's like B-Rad. What was it, Malibu?
Yeah. B-Rad from Malibu's Most Wanted. Oh, my God. A throwback. God.
So, I have to. So, to your point, the task being create social media captions, hashtags, engaging content.
Yes.
I don't want to do that every week, and I will spend hours that's not my job. So I'm not a expert at that, right? Mm-hmm. So now I leverage AI in order to give me those things every week, give me those captions and those hashtags every week, and I spend maybe half an hour for weeks of content.
Yeah, and now the thing in this too is as you bring these things into your workplace, into your day-to-day life, maybe even like your side hustle, right?
Yeah.
It's about making sure that you actually are building some form of resilience and capacity for something else, though, something productive. Like it shouldn't be, right? Especially if you're doing this for work hours. Like I want to make sure we're not trying to create a way to be lazy. It's more to say you have freedom to maybe get a leg up, right?
Yeah.
You have freedom now to do that extra project or to deep dive into a specific data point or specific goals that maybe your company wants to achieve. Maybe as a manager, you can now put more time into your employees and their development. So also I urge you all to use it in a way that can then create more time to excel and exceed, and not necessarily to then feel like, okay, I can be off at 2 now.
That's what I do. So you calling me out right now because I 100% use it to be more lazy.
Oh my God, no.
Yes. I need that time. So I need lazy time. I'm sorry.
I think it's fair, but that's what Saturday and Sunday are for.
But that's my golf time.
Oh, shit. All right. Let's get into it. All right. I appreciate you for being real, though.
I be lazy with these bots now. Look.
Hey, listen. Delegation.
But I'm getting ish done.
Yeah.
So that's all that matters at the end of the day, right?
That is what matters. That is what matters. And I do think a lot of times people, which I'm technically buying into that, which is like, if you have time, you should just be doing something. Yeah. It's like, hey, sometimes it is good to just say, it's done. It saved me time, and now I can relax. But
I know that's not what we're gonna talk. We can talk about this in another episode. But I feel like the point that I'm making is gonna be more prevalent later. Like, people are going to be lazier because they're relying on bots to do their job and do things that they need to get done. So they're like, I got more time to watch Netflix now versus.
To be fair, it's no different than anything else, though. Where like right now we have people who definitely still do that, and you'll get caught one way or another. It's like one of those things where I feel like it'll work for a while when people are like using it to become lazier, thinking that but what happens when the company then brings on Copilot in the way that you use it? Yeah. And now it's like, well, this isn't even a part of your job anymore because we realize you don't have to do it. Yeah. Now what? Yeah. Like, now we're expecting 20% more. Now we're expecting whatever. So I challenge you, this week. Okay. At least take half of the free time that you have. All right. We won't say the whole thing because it's jarring to go from 0 to 100. I'm
going to be lazy.
But take half of that time and at least maybe read into something in your field, something of interest. Find the time to explore a new tool that maybe can help you be more lazy. Who knows?
That's what I need to do. That's a good idea. Let me use that time to find more tools to be even more lazy. Because I just use the same old tools, and there's dozens, if not hundreds at this point, of tools at our disposal. That's like, bruh, you can use it for anything you can think of in your mind.
There's something out there.
There's something out there to
and we'll say to be more efficient. We're going to stop saying lazy.
I'm going to stop saying lazy.
You're just going to be more efficient.
Yeah, yes. For sure.
Okay.
Because efficiency is a flex, right?
Yeah.
Efficiency is a flex.
It is a flex. It's a big flex, and it helps a lot. Speaking of which, what tasks do you repeat every week that you don't have automated that you think you could?
I wish I could automate cooking and juicing.
I know, right?
Good God.
But I was just thinking, I actually have started using it for meal prepping. Okay. Being like, hey, this is the amount of like protein I want. This is what I want to have. Can you make a grocery list and then associated like meals for me? That's and if I want a specific cuisine, I'll put that in because oftentimes it'll give me the most bland things back. So it took a little bit to tweak. Right. But it was pretty good.
I like that idea of using it to meal prep. I'm trying to think, what is something that I could use it for? I'm trying to read more. And I'm trying to figure out how I can leverage it for reading. Like, one thing I've done that it hadn't helped me, I would put the book in, like the title of the book in the chat and say, hey, just give me like a very detailed summary of each chapter, the highlights, points of interest, because you know who I am and what I would like. It didn't really give me, it gave me the information, but I didn't feel like I read the book. Like, I feel like I didn't get as much as if I would have actually read the book.
Which is fair.
Because I hate actually sitting down reading, but I want to gain what you get from reading. Yeah. So I don't like doing the task, but I like the outcome from the task. Yeah. So maybe somehow reading.
That's fair.
So in the chat, please, y'all, put in the chat, comment, whatever. No. Tell me how I can read more by leveraging AI.
Reading
by
more.
Not reading more. How can I read more by not reading more?
Everybody's going to be like, you can't. That's it.
Managing my time.
Oh, yeah.
That's one. We're actually going to talk about one of the tools that I am going to sign up for. That I've been researching. Motion. Go ahead. Motion. Motion is it's an AI based app, and essentially what you use it for is to time block. But automate your time blocking based on your multiple calendars. Because as you know, as an entrepreneur, you got your personal calendar, you got your work calendar, you got client calendars.
7 calendars.
got
when I tell you,
calendar.
I wish that I could I'll show you after, no lie, when the little bubble where you use to log, I have a long list of these things. I got TechTeenth. Every business that I work in, I ask for an email for them so I don't end up holding any of their proprietary information. I ain't trying to get sued. Not a day in my life. So I have basically an email that's attached to them. So when I leave or our contract is done, they don't have to worry about me taking any of their things. Then I have my work email. I have 2 personal emails. I have this email for TechTeenth. When I tell you,
you got a lot.
It's too much. But anyway,
so
I digress.
You should use Motion.
Well, so I did when I was at Flexport, my last company.
Wait, y'all had Motion at your old company?
No, I used it.
Oh, used it.
Like,
they didn't offer. Oh, okay.
They didn't offer it. Okay. I hope they can't come after me for that. But it is what it is. I've been gone for a while.
So let me explain what it is. So it takes all your calendars, right? And it puts it in one view and it tells you, it time blocks for you. So say for us, right? I'll say for me. So for me, wake up 6 a.m. I go to the gym. I come back and I start my meetings at like 9 for my 9 to 5. But within that, I have a couple of downtime hours, 30 minutes, whatever. I'll do TechTeenth stuff or I'll do face-to-face stuff, the apps that we're coming out with. And then, but they're all in different calendars and they're all at different times. So Motion helps me get that one centralized view of all of my calendars, but it also blocks off the time. Like it'll block off 6 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. is the gym, 7:30 to 8 come home, and I don't eat breakfast in the morning, but come home and relax before work. So 7:39, relax, read, whatever. 9 to 11, work. And within that 9 to 11, it'll break it down. And then your whole day is time blocked. So you really don't have to think. So automate your thinking what's next. Because you already know what's next, because Motion is telling you, well, in your calendar 1, it says you're supposed to do this at 9:30, but in calendar 5, you're supposed to do this at 10:30. But you have that centralized view, so you can see everything at once. So.
And have you used the task thing too, which is actually what I love the most?
I haven't used it yet. I've been researching, thinking about using it because I want to start time blocking my days.
So I'm a full believer of time blocking. By the way, my calendars, I do need Motion so I can do it, but I use my personal or my work calendar where I have all of that stuff. But what's great is you can actually input, like, let's say the things you need to get done for the week, how long you want to block out for it. And it'll also then take your free time based on the priority of tasks. So let's say it's like, okay, I have a quarterly report that I owe in 2 weeks. I don't want to have to worry about it last minute. I want to pull data from my report. I want to analyze the data, and then I want to write the report. Each one of those things is a huge priority for me, or actually we'll say it's a medium priority, right? Because it's so far out. But you know that it'll take you an hour. It will find an hour based on the high priority tasks you have. And then it'll actually categorize that to where you have it. Now, like any other tool we're going to talk about today, the biggest thing, though, is you have to stick to it for it to work, right? And so that was the one place where I was like, it didn't really necessarily work because I would have calls that would come up out the blue. I'd have to move my focus time. But I do like it because you can also tell it the parameters of the time in the day that you want it to be in. That's
what one of the things that drove me to want to use it is that prioritizing and putting in things you want to do. Because I found that, like, I'm a procrastinator. I raise my hand on that. But and I found that what's helped me is if I have a task, like you said, that's due, a quarterly report due in 2 weeks, I'll wait till the 12th hour, not the 11th hour. I'll wait till 11:59 the day before and get it done. I've always been like this, but I've always been good at it. And I always get good grades. I got straight A's doing this, so I'm okay. But now I'm like, why do I put myself under so much stress? Why not give yourself 2 weeks and do an hour every other day for 2 weeks and have it done?
I mean, as a fellow procrastinator at times, I do find that I feel like in those moments, because I always get it done, is it procrastination or is it efficiency? I don't know. Because to me, I'm like, I didn't have to work. I knew I could finish it. In this one day right before it was due. But I digress. It does help, though, in that sense of like, okay, but life is happening. As we get older, as we have more responsibilities, there are other things that are more likely to pop up. So we'll have to see how you like it. But everybody, Motion is a great one.
Motion's a good one.
For sure. For content creation, everybody knows, I'm sure, about Canva by now, but they actually have Pro Magic. So you do have to pay for it, but it actually does design things for you. Or if you like a deck design, if you put the information in, it'll just make it for you. So you don't even have to go page by page and put in your inputs. It'll do that. It'll also, it has a lot of like the magic erase. You can change the appearance of things. So it's pretty good, and it'll prompt too. It's starting to do the whole prompt where it'll be like, I want to see a cat in space.
Right.
And it'll give you your own little design.
Yeah.
Obviously, we talked about Opus Clips, which we use.
Yes.
There's also, for automation, we have Make and IFTTT, which automates workflows. We'll highlight a couple of Black companies at the end of this, which are the deep dives we want to give. Social media, actually, I use Metricool for one of the companies that I work on, and that's for social media management. So you actually are able to put in all of your socials. And it'll not only give you the opportunity to schedule, which a lot of platforms do, but it'll actually break down like, hey, this is what your audience has reacted to. So it'll tell you what type of content. So even if it might be, carousels are the thing. No, your audience likes 15-minute clips from you. And so it'll actually start to get to know you, understand what your audience has clicked most on. So then it'll also, over time, it can generate posts for you if you provide the right, inputs and everything. So it basically learns with you, and it tells you exactly how to like optimize your social media and the best things to do. And it'll give you reports each week that actually show a big in-depth view of all of your social media, instead of just what you can maybe see on like an Instagram dashboard that's just a portion of your social media presence.
Yeah. So for productivity, we got Evernote is one. I used to use Evernote. I now use OneNote. Is that the Microsoft product? OneNote?
I don't know. I'm not a Microsoft user.
OneNote, I think, is the one in Microsoft.
Probably.
But with Evernote, for me, or any note-taking productivity app, right, you can leverage the cloud usage of it, right? Because if you put on your laptop, you have a note or a comment or whatever, something you want to remember, and you put it in your laptop, you can then see it on your phone, or you can see it on some other device if you log into another laptop. So having it in the cloud allows you to access it from different places. And then for email and communication, I know we got Superhuman, we got Boomerang, which is like more of a smart inbox, and it has templates, and you can schedule emails. Like, it's all for like email communication automation. So there are a host of tools out there for us, and that's just like 3 or 4 areas. There's dozens of areas. There's hundreds of tools that, of course, we can't get through in the amount of time we're talking. But we do want to start talking through some of those in a little bit more detail. So I think what we can go over to is, let's talk about some of the apps that have Black founders or were founded by us.
Yes.
Because we need to highlight us.
We want to highlight Black.
Yes. So Zapier was actually founded by a Black trio. And right now they're empowering over 3 million businesses. I use Zapier in my app, actually. It's integrated in my app. And I have 8,000 app integrations. So what Zapier does, is essentially this app that is integrated with other apps. They have, I think it's 8,000. I heard 7,000 or 8,000, but it's at least 7,000 to 8,000 other apps you can integrate with. And essentially it just acts as a bridge between your app and the other app. Right. So say you use a bunch of different apps at work. Say you use Gmail for email, use Google Sheets for data, use Trello or Salesforce for your CRM. Right. Zapier can integrate all of those. Right. It used to be back in the day when you want to integrate your apps, if you had an API or connection between the two apps, they had to have a distinct connection, and you had to build that connection, right? And you used to pay companies to build those connections between your two apps. What Zapier did was just take that connection that you need between your app and another company's app, and they They sourced it, right? They sourced it they outsourced it to themselves, and now that you pay for it. So instead of you having to call Google and Salesforce and Trello, right? Or was it Trello? Is it Trello? You can then just go to Zapier and integrate with those directly, versus going to each individual company to integrate directly. So it's efficient, right? And since they got so many apps you can integrate with, it takes the thinking out for you, right? You don't have to figure out, well, I use Gmail, but I also got this other app that I want to use. There's so many integrations. You can just leverage one of the ones that they already got. They call it Zaps, right? And it's an automated workflow. So with that example I gave, you had Google, you had Gmail, you had Google Sheets, you had Trello, and you had Salesforce, right? All those operate independently. With Zapier, you can have all those integrated, and they talk to each other. So your Gmail talks to your Google Sheets talks to your Salesforce talks to your Trello, and then all of these apps and this data can be integrated together and can have a holistic view, a centralized view of your information. So you're not looking at different apps for different things.
Yep.
So it's all about integration.
So it can definitely bring together basically your entire workflow and kind of put in front of you, hey, here is how you're standing in business, how you're standing in this reporting process, what you're waiting on.
Exactly.
Which is so beneficial. Because, I mean, all of us, I know, have a million tabs open. So it's almost like from a visual perspective, imagine all those tabs just being integrated into one.
Yeah.
That you could actually see, okay, I have 2 open emails from these people. I do need to finish this doc that I have. I have to finish analyzing the spreadsheet. Right. And it's like, imagine all of that in one place.
That's actually one of the use cases, right? Say you got an email in your Gmail with an attachment. Zapier, since it's integrated with Gmail and Google Drive, it would automatically download that attachment to your drive so that it's not saved on your local computer or whatever. It automatically does it. So it automates those processes for you with that integration. So integration and automation. Can't lose when you got those two things together.
And back
and
to
efficiency.
Back to a statement I said before. Us as people, we gonna figure out how. And like I said, not laziness,
right?
Because Lord knows, I don't even know if they own Zapier anymore. I hope they don't. I hope they sold it. I hope they're on a yacht.
I hope that somewhere. I hope they sold it for billions of dollars. Zapier founders, come out here and talk to us, man. We would love to have y'all on, but like I know they out there living a good life.
I pray so. The other one that I think actually people are super familiar with, that I do think actually is probably a bit more well-known in non-tech spaces is Calendly. So Calendly was actually founded by a Black tech founder named Tope Owatonna. Sorry if I ruined that name, but I think I did a fairly good job. But basically, if you're not familiar, Calendly is a way for people to easily schedule, whether it be like client calls, coaching calls, sales demos, because it automatically reads your calendar and your availability and the person that you're trying to schedule with. So if, let's say Otis has a link for me to schedule time with him to talk, it will not only give me the times that he is available, it'll also only show me times that are available based on my calendar, based on the email that I entered in.
Wow.
Which is really helpful because it not only does that, but it understands automatically time zones. So it'll show me the times in my time zone, even if, let's say, you're in Egypt. I don't know why I picked that, but whatever. It'll let me know. And then also, if you as a person who has Calendly for clients or for people to do sales demos with you, you're also able to schedule in buffer time. So again, a sales role, you're on call after call, maybe doing demo after demo. And so it's like, hey, I know I need 15 minutes between each demo so I can write my notes or do a follow-up email. It'll actually do that. Some of the things that I feel like people don't know is it'll also send reminders.
Okay.
About the meetings, about any follow-ups. If you have some call to actions after, it'll actually remind people about that. So it's very, very, very helpful, not just as an entrepreneur, but also very helpful inside businesses. A lot of businesses actually have it. So that way it's much easier, specifically for sales teams, people like that, to make sure that they're able to efficiently schedule. I mean, think about all the times, even if you hit friends. I wish there was like an appropriate way to have it as a friend group.
I was just about to say, that might be our idea right there. We need to create a Calendly.
We'll delete this. No, I'm joking. But
just the friends. Yeah.
Like, because that alone, where it's like, hey, so when we going to get together?
Let me check my calendar.
Shoot. I'm at this point, I'm like, if you say anything before September, it's a no. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it's something that I would say, even if you're maybe not in a role, it still can be very helpful if you have to just on a frequent basis need to set times up with people. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
So what do we think about Black founders in this space? Like, I feel like that this is a space that we could take by the neck, because like you said, we're always trying to figure out how to do more with less. It's embedded in our DNA all the way back to slavery, right? Yeah. And so like, I feel like as Black entrepreneurs, all right, we can also try to think outside the box and think of ways that we could be more efficient. That helps us. That could also help every other entrepreneur or every other Black person, because they also have the same problems. We all got the same problems. We live in the same life, I feel like, at this point.
All of us.
Just in different time zones.
But it's kind of that same idea of like, there really is nothing there's no such thing as a new idea, right? There are too many people on this earth for us to really think it's a new idea. But the difference is who does things with it, who actually decides to put that stuff into execution. And I do think, just for, listeners out there, people who look at this later, it's also the fact that you don't have to code this stuff either.
That's a good point.
Like, I think a lot of people, as a founder, you don't have to be the engineer. You don't have to be the person who knows exactly how to do it. You just need to make sure you put that IP in somebody's trademark file in some sort of, copywritten place, and then start sourcing either some investment funds, getting people to back you, crowdfunding. They're all grants. Like, there's so many things that you can do to make your dream a reality. Even joining some incubators. Like, there are so many different avenues.
We actually did that with my app that I'm building.
What's it called?
Face to Face.
Yeah.
Face to Face coming soon. Probably be out hopefully by the time this episode
drops. Don't say that.
Face to Face coming soon.
Don't say that. Coming soon.
On all the app stores. But we did exactly that. I went to a boot camp in 2019. Might have been 2017. We've been building this app for 9 years, so don't judge me.
No, but it's okay. Also, that's a good testament of resilience.
Yes,
because that's the thing. People assume instant gratification. You start something and it should just be done in a year.
It don't happen overnight. I'm telling you. Even people who are famous now will tell you, like famous rappers, artists, they'll be like, y'all see me now. Kevin Hart says, there were so many times, there was years where y'all never heard of me, and I was working late and I was getting it in. So to that point, yes, that's what we're doing now. We've been working so hard. But anyway, I went to a Apps Without Code boot camp. That's what it's called. And I get free plug for Tara. But she essentially, the founder essentially figured that out and said, hey, there are a bunch of apps out here that you could leverage to build your own app without writing one line of code. And that's exactly what we did. We haven't written one line of code ourselves. We have developers who code now because we have very specific customizations and requirements. But like out of the box originally, like there was 3 distinct processes that different apps did that we just integrated into one. And we didn't have to build our own app. We just consolidated those into one. So to your point, right, there's so many apps out there now. If you have an idea or you have a business, you could leverage these apps and not have to build your own from scratch. Yeah. So leverage, please. That's the word for today. Leverage
all of the resources that you have, because similar to Zapier and some of the other platforms that we have, if you actually use them, especially ones that integrate with other apps. Also, just a little tidbit, never ignore when you go into a tech tool or platform, if there are apps or you even see the word apps, click into it. Yeah. There's people limit themselves, even like a Shopify is a good example. The amount of apps that they have that can actually help you, of course, they all cost money, but it's like, just look into it. If ever you see integrations, look into it. Like integrations or apps in platforms is really where you can really maximize most of the time the platforms you have.
But, and that's what Zapier figured, right?
Exactly.
We all want to integrate our apps with other apps. Let me take that hard work out for you and help you integrate with 8,000 different apps. And it keeps growing. There'll probably be 10,000 apps by the end of next year. So I feel like a lot of this matters because we want to try to automate as much as possible and become more efficient. Again, to free us up to do the things we love.
Yes.
Whether that's watching Netflix or playing golf or traveling to Dubai or playing with our kids.
Yes.
If we can automate these redundant, boring, tedious tasks, we can then free ourselves up to have a better lifestyle, right? 1,000%. And do things that we actually enjoy. So it looks like from one of the things that we read, it was like 94% of workers will perform repetitive work. 94%. So that's 94% that could be automated, right? Automation automatically improves productivity 66%. So even if you just automate one small thing, you can improve your productivity and the output from that productivity by just increasing your automation.
Yep.
So I feel like Zapier and Calendly and all these tools that we mentioned, those are just a small subset of the many tools out there.
1,000%.
So if you could just figure out what you need or what you want to do, let's say it that way. Let's figure out what you want to do first and then figure out what tool best fits your need. What I didn't say last week that I wanted to call out, use those free trials.
All the time. Use them. Use
those free trials. Most of these apps now give you a 7-day free trial. What I've done and take it to another level, I used to sign up for trials, but didn't use it in that 7 days. So now when I look at Motion, for instance, I wanted to sign up for the 7-day trial, but I was like, I'm not going to use it. It was like a Friday night. I'm like, I'm not going to use it Saturday and Sunday. So I'm going to lose 2 days. So be mindful of your time in that trial. Like if you're going to use something for work, don't start it on Friday night. Don't start the trial Friday night when you know you go to work Monday morning. Or Thursday night, right? Yeah. Start it Monday morning, 6 a.m., right? So you have it for a full week. Use those free trials. So definitely do that. That was one thing I wanted to call out last week.
All right.
So, but do you think there is a difference? This is the last question.
Okay.
You think there's a difference between working hard versus working smart?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
I would 10 out of 10 recommend always work smart.
Yes.
No, it makes sense to work hard only if you're working smart first.
Oh, I like that.
That's it. It doesn't make sense to work hard for no reason.
Yeah. Like so if you're working smart and working hard,
then you're definitely doing it.
But if you're working hard but not working smart, you're dropping the ball.
Cut it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. Like literally, it's one of those things where it's like, I can either cut grass or I can decide to invest in a landscaping company.
Boom. With my one lawnmower, you only need one to start.
You only need one,
but you can get somebody to do that. Do 10 grasses a day. You can
do right. It's like, hey,
I can do one. You can use one.
Exactly.
Work smart. So that's my everyday life. Work smart, not hard.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to talk about today?
No, I think we got a wrap.
Okay. Well, with that, please give us some feedback on what y'all think. What are some of the tools y'all are using? Drop those in the comments. Share with your friends. Of course, like, share, subscribe to our podcast. Follow us on all the socials. We are at TechTeenth, on everything. Everywhere. So please go follow us and we will see y'all next time.
All right. See you guys.
Peace.